The purpose. So, for anyone who's new to the network, the purpose of this event is to introduce them to this map that we're creating and how to use it, how to get in and engage with it. For those who are already familiar with the map, it's an opportunity for them to gain fresh insight because as it continuously grows and we add more content and people and other avenues in regards to how we're going to use it, you're going to be able to see how it changes over time. And we're going to want to make sure that you are constantly engaging with it because that's how you're going to get the best value and benefit from the map. And of course, the other goal of these meetings and the map is to build new connections with fellow members as well as find ways to collaborate with others. But one of the things I want to show you is when you center on a face, and let me see here. Let's see if we can find one of you out here, and I'll center in on you. There's a lot of face. Here's Marlene. So when I click on Marlene, I get her profile information. So Marlene, you've come in here and you've entered some content. That's fabulous. So you can see some of the information that Marlene has added to her profile. And because we've clicked on Marlene, if we hit this that now has shown, you can focus on Marlene. So what that does, it's focusing on those individuals that she has said she's connected with or who have said they're connected with her. And so that clears all the clutter, and Marlene can get a really good insight to those individuals that are focused on her connection. Now, she might look here and say, I'm not seeing Dan, though I know him. So I might want to update my connection to him. And I'm also looking here, I don't see Jennifer, though I do see Dawn. So when we go into time for you to update your profile, you might want to go in there and make those connections because you just told me that you are at least aware of each other, if not have had some engagement with each other in the past. The view that we're looking at right now is people and connections. So this is all of the people who are currently connected with HRC. But what I've done is I've actually created a specialized view just about today. And what I did is I'm able to filter on all of those who registered on the platform that they were going to join us or they might join us. So what I'm going to show you is how you can know who you or somebody else is connected with really easily. And you probably saw that briefly when I highlighted on somebody. So if I hover over somebody's face or profile, you'll see that everything else grays out. So at this time, Athena hasn't come out here and made connections, but I have to Athena. And so this is a connection thread. If I click on that thread, you'll see here that I identified my connection to Athena. If I hover on my profile, you'll see nobody grays out, not because I know all of these people in one way or another. But Marlene, I'm going to hover on you, and you'll see that this is showing those that you've said you're connected with, or they may have said that they're connected with you. But there are others on here that you're not yet connected with. But I'm going to center in on mine. And because I know I'm connected with everyone, I'm going to focus this. Puts me in the center and it focuses people around, but it gives you the ability to kind of see those connections with a little bit more clarity. So what I can see here is different colored lines, and I want to orient you to what those lines mean. So right now I showed you with the one with Athena. If you click on a line, it's going to tell you who identified who at what level of awareness of them or collaboration with them. So green lines mean that there's a collaboration, and that also aligns with the number 4. If I go down here, and you're going to get to play with this as well, if I hit this filter, which is called connection type, and I hit collaborator, it's going to remove anybody who has not been identified as a collaborator relationship. And so I'm really curious about who's collaborating with each other. And what we're hoping is we're going to start to get to that phase where there's projects out here, and you'll be able to identify what are they working on together. And thus you might learn more about them and their relationship, their collaborative relationships, but you also might be able to say, hey, I'm really interested in what they're doing, and reach out to them. One more insight I want to show you is one where, Jennifer, I'm going to hover over your face. And what that's going to do is it's going to show that when I do so, you're connected to Dawn, you're connected to me, and Dawn and I are connected. That is a closed triangle. The 3 of us know each other. When I hover over Dan, you'll see that right now, all this is showing is that Dan and I are connected, but there isn't a closed relationship between Jennifer and Dan or between Dan and Marlene, meaning there's an open triangle there. So I would have the opportunity to say, golly, I think Dan and Jennifer would really like to know each other. And I might send an introduction out to say, hey, I know both of you. Here's how I know of you. And here's why I think the two of you would want to know each other. So what I think is really cool is when I go to the map now, and what I've done is I did a pre-event, what does the map look like? So that we can now look at what does the map look like now. So if I click on Dan and I look, so you can see pre-event, what his connections look like and what it looks like now. And if we look at Gabe, and let's see if his have changed. And so you can see how that has changed. And that's our goal, is over time to be able to see how things change. And of course, to what Gabe identified, how do we make this not just fun to look at and see this information, but really valuable and useful in how we're getting information?